afternoon. We're going to do a short practice that just gives us a little bit of strength into the side body and a little bit of length as well. So doing a little bit of side flexion, some side planks, and a few variations of those side planks. You don't necessarily need any props with you today, so if you don't have any, that's great. You're in the right place. We're going to start just by laying on our backs actually. So we're going to start laying on our backs. If you can lie down, please have your knees flat on the floor. Wait, feet flat on the floor, knees not flat on the floor, knees in the air. And then take a few breaths. Let yourself just settle in onto your back. And then start to bend your right knee in toward your chest. And hug it in deeply. And then as you hug it in, you might start to feel that right side of your waist shorten ever so slightly. So try to reach that right hip back down onto the ground. And it might move your thigh away from your chest. So keep that reaching down, but then keep that pull of your thigh toward your chest and really get that space opening up into your right hamstrings and your right hip. And then start to make some circles with your right ankle. And circle the other direction, please. And then come back to center. And straighten your right leg toward the sky. Clasp around the back of your right thigh. It doesn't matter how straight your leg gets. But try to reach up through your heel. And then as you reach up through your heel, press your leg into your hands as much as your hands pull into your leg. And still try to keep that pressing down your tailbone towards the ground so your low back has that natural lift to it. With your heel still reaching up toward the sky, start to spread your toes nice and wide. And see if you can energize your big toe and pinky toe mound out and up. So you've got that really strong energy in your foot and ankle. And you might even feel it all the way up into your shins as well. Take another breath like this. Reach up nice and long. And as you exhale, maybe start to pull your leg in a little bit more. Inhale to reach it nice and long. Exhale, pull your leg in, and this time bend it, but keep that energy in your ankle and foot. Inhale, push up through your heel. Exhale, bend your knee to your chest. One more, inhale to push up. And exhale to bend. And with that bend in your knee, externally rotate your thigh to place your right ankle over your left thigh. Keep that energy in your right ankle, so you've got that strong dorsiflexion in that right ankle. And then bring your left knee toward your chest and clasp on the back of your left thigh. But then with your right ankle, push your left thigh away from you ever so slightly until you feel a little bit more engaged in your right glute. Take one more breath here. And then place your left foot back down. Keep your right ankle at your knee and bring your legs over to the left. So you're in a twist and your right knee will start to point slightly upward. My ribs tend to flare out a little bit as I twist because my hips are so tight. But once I've landed, then I try to draw my ribs back down as if I'm trying to press my right ribs back toward the ground more. Take a deep breath in, and on your exhale, bring your knees back through center. Hug your right knee in toward your chest, and place your right foot back down, and we'll move to the other side. Start to hug your left knee in toward your chest. And then press your left hip back down, and hug a little bit more of the thigh. Start to circle your left ankle. And circle it the other way. And then reach your left leg to the sky, grab the back of your left thigh, and press up through your heel of your left foot. Press up through your heel and press your thigh to your hands as much as your hands pull against your thigh. And then gently spread your toes. Reach energy out of your pinky and big toe mounds and spread your toes a little more. And reach up. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, maybe pull your leg in a little bit more. Inhale to reach up through that heel, and exhale, hug your knee into your chest. Keep that energy in your ankle, keep that dorsiflexion at the ankle. Inhale, reach up through your heel. Exhale, knee in. One more, inhale to reach up. Exhale, bring your knee in. And with that strong flexion in your ankle, place your ankle over your right thigh. And then bring your right thigh towards your hands and clasp the back of your right thigh with your fingers. Press your left ankle against your right thigh as much as you pull your thigh toward your chest with your hands. And hold here for 2 more breaths. Slowly place your right foot back down, keep your left ankle where it is, and then lower your feet and your knee towards the right. Keep your left knee pointing up, and then pull your left ribs back down. Bring your legs back up through center. Release your left foot, hug it in for a breath, and then place your left foot back down. Now we're going to roll onto the right side. And from your right side, let your hips be stacked, let your knees be stacked. And you can even rest your head in your hands if that feels comfortable. Maybe use your left hand as a kickstand to just sort of keep you upright. And then reach your left leg out. Reach out through the heel, so your left leg is hovering above the ground. And with your left heel, draw some circles with your left leg. Try to keep your hips stacked and stable and make the circles get a little bit bigger and a little bit bigger and a little bit bigger. Spread your left toes. With your bottom leg, keep the pinky side of your bottom foot pressing down and your knee pressing down. And that'll help stabilize your bottom leg a little bit more. And now swap directions at the big circles and slowly make your circles get smaller and smaller and smaller. So we're going to really focus on that dorsiflexion of the feet, the spread of the toes, so that way that energy goes all the way from the toes and the soles of your feet up through the legs. Once your legs, your circles rather, are very small, stop making the circles. Bring your left knee into your chest, and with that bend in your left knee, just keep that bend, but sweep your left leg back and forward. And I quite like to use my hand as a kickstand, so sweep back, keep your knee bent, keep your foot flexed, forward. One more inhale to reach the leg back, and then exhale forward. And you can do that with a straight leg if you have the space. Bring your left foot back down, place your foot down. And then with your knees stacked, just roll your left arm up and over to the left and come into a twist. Take 2 breaths here. Bring your left arm back up and around, and we'll move to the other side. So you can just roll over on your side. I'm going to flip over just so you can keep seeing me. And then stack your hips, stack your knees, and reach your right leg out. Press the pinky side of your left foot into the ground, press your left knee into the ground, and with your right heel, start to make some circles. Doesn't matter which direction you choose first, because we're going to swap directions. And slowly get your circles bigger and bigger. Big circles with that heel, and then stop and swap directions. Try to keep the right hip over the left. My left leg is still doing a lot. Once they get nice and small, stop and then bend your left knee into your chest. And imagine you're holding something in your knee pit. Keep that in your imaginary thing in your knee pit. And then sweep your right heel back. Inhale here. And then exhale to sweep your right knee to your chest. Inhale back. Exhale forward. Inhale back. Exhale forward. One more inhale back. Exhale forward. Come back to hands and knees. Stack your knees, stack your hips. Lay down with your left side and with your right arm, reach your arm up and over to come into a twist from your side. Entering the twist from your side just gives it a little bit of a different sensation. It accesses the twist a little bit differently than when we start on our backs. Sweep your right arm back up and over. Come back into the fetal position and then slowly press yourself up to a hands and knees position. From hands and knees, spread your fingers nice and wide. Have your knees underneath you. And start to reach your right leg back. Keep your big toes on the ground. And try to keep your hips level as they can be. And with your hips level, tone your low belly. Try to keep that natural curve in your spine like we did on our backs. Lengthen your neck, and then start to just lift your left heel up. So you're really getting that bum involved. And then with your left heel up and your hips still level, reach your left leg out to the right. That's your right leg, is what I mean. This is my right leg. Bring it back to center and lower it back down. Inhale up, exhale to the right. Inhale to center, exhale down. There's going to be a little bit of a twist because it's hard to see when you're not using a mirror. Inhale, lift. Exhale to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale, down. Place your right knee back down. We'll swap to the left side, the actual left side now. Lift the left leg up, heel up. So your big toe's still on the ground. Tone your low belly, pull your ribs in a little bit. And then lift your heel up. Get the bum involved. Exhale to the left. Inhale to center. Exhale, down. Inhale, up. Exhale, left. Inhale, center, exhale, down. So I'm keeping my knee and my toes pointing down. Inhale up, exhale left, inhale center, exhale down. And one more time. Inhale, exhale, inhale, and down. Place the knee back down. Push your hips back onto your heels. Come into a child's pose for a moment. And then bring yourself back up. Sweep your legs around or just flip over. We're going to do a few boat poses. So place your hands behind your thighs, roll back onto your tailbone, and start to lift your shins up. And you can stop here. If your hip flexors are feeling like that's enough, then stop there. If you have the space, straighten your legs, reach your arms forward. And then pull your shoulders back. Whoops. As if you're holding something in your armpits. Spread your toes, push your heels out, so it's a little bit different. And then press the arch side of your feet together. Start to lower down, and we're going to come into the low boat. So bring your arms overhead and keep your shoulders lifted. Press your ribs down, press your tailbone down, lengthen your neck. Keep your thumbs up, so spread your fingers, spread your toes, take another breath in here, and exhale to hug your knees into your chest. Roll around and come back over to hands and knees. And from hands and knees, reach your right leg back. And this time we're going to add the arms. Reach your left arm forward. We're going to lift, reach out to the sides, into center, and lower. We'll just swap sides. We'll just keep going back and forth. Right arm out, left leg out, lift to the side, to the center, and lower. Swap sides, out, lift, to the side, to the center, and lower. Swap side, out, up, side, center, lower. One more each side. I think this is actually the last side. Out. No, one more on the right side. I remember now. Right arm out, up, to the side, to the center, and lower. And then flip over again. We're going to do one more boat. So imagine you're holding something in your armpits like Mary Catherine Gallagher when she gets nervous. And then roll back onto your tailbone. Reach your arms out. Reach your legs up, and then dorsiflex. Spread the toes, spread the fingers, and then energize out through your heels. Hold your armpits. Lift your heart. Take another breath in. And as you exhale, start to slowly lower. Whoop. And then reach your arms overhead, shoulders up. Press your arch, the big toe edge of your feet together. Lengthen your neck. Lift your chin ever so slightly. It's easy to try to scrunch the chin in. It's hard to speak and do this. One more inhale. And exhale to hug. Whew. Roll around and come back up to hands and knees. And then from hands and knees, reach your right leg back. So before we reach our right leg back, we're going to just turn the left shin to the left. And then reach the right leg back and bring the right heel down to the left. Lean into your left hand and then bring your right hand out. So this is a side plank variation, kneeling side plank. And then reach up with your right hand. Rather than having your shoulders scrunched, push down with the left, reach up with the right, pull your ribs in, and then get your bum involved. So tone your pelvic floor, and then reach that right heel up. Dorsiflex, spread the toes, spread the fingers. So you hopefully will feel that energy coming in from the fingertips to your center, toning in that core, and then reaching straight back out. Take another breath in, and then exhale to come back down. Bring your right shin out to the right, straighten your left leg, and bring your left heel down. Push down with your right hand, reach up with your left, spread your fingers, lift your left heel, spread your toes, push your arms apart. Try to spread your heels and your palms as far away from each other as you can, and then pull that energy up through your center. Place your left side back down. Good. Tuck your toes under, come into a downward facing dog. Lift your heels, bend your knees slightly, and roll yourself forward to a plank. Let your crown be the last part, so rippling the spine forward. Pull your chin to your chest, push your upper back up, pull your ribs, low back, mid back, stick your tailbone out, and with a little bend in your knees, lift the tops of your thigh bones higher before pressing your heels back down. We're going to ripple forward one more time. So lift your heels, lift your low back, ribs up, mid back, upper back, like a cat back in a plank, and then lift the crown forward. And this time I'm going to chaturanga down to my belly. Untuck the toes, pull my shoulders back and lift up to a cobra pose. Reach down through all my toes toward the mat. And then exhale to lower part way. Reach my hands back. And then inhale, lift my heart up again. Exhale, lift my heels up. And then flex the feet, spread the toes, spread your fingers. Take another breath in. And exhale back down. Hands back by your low ribs. Press yourself up and back into a child's pose for 2 breaths. One more breath. And then come back up to hands and knees. Tuck your toes under and come into a downward facing dog. And now from your down dog, please have your feet roughly hip distance apart. We're going to come into a full side plank, but we're going to use our feet staggered. So lift your heels, put a little bend in your knees, gaze forward between your thumbs, or just ahead of your thumbs rather, and then push your heels toward the left so that when you land onto the edge, the pinky edge of your left foot and the big edge of your right foot, Lean into your left hand, and then start to reach your right hand up as your body straightens up. And while your body straightens up, imagine you're sort of zipping it all up, and reach up with your right hand. Keep your toes spread, keep your ankles dorsiflexed, and then reach all the way up. And take another breath in here, and then exhale your right hand down, pivot onto the toes, and push your bum back to a downward facing dog. Sit bones reach up, thigh bone heads reach up, and then reach your chest towards your thighs. Move to the other side, lift your heels, put a little bend in your knees, and then pull your chest forward as you gaze forward over your thumbs. Push your heels to the right so you land on the edges of your feet. Land into your right hand, and as you straighten your legs, zip everything up, pull everything up, and reach your left hand up. Spread your toes. Keep that strength in your ankles. One more breath in here. And then exhale to push back to a downward facing dog. Inhale forward to your plank, ripple your spine, head comes last. Exhale, chaturanga. Onto your belly, untuck your toes, and inhale, cobra pose. Then come back through hands and knees all the way to downward facing dog. From that staggered point, we're going to try the fallen triangle now. So with your feet still staggered and going into that side plank variation with both feet touching the ground. Take an inhale to lift your heels, a little bend in your knees, gaze forward, and as you exhale your heels to the left, lean with your left hand, reach your right hand up, inhale, and now stay strong in your right foot and start to bend your left knee toward your chest. So your foot's off the ground, you're just on your right foot. And then kick your left foot forward, place your left foot down, so you're on the pinky edge of your left foot. Side plank variation or fallen triangle. And take a deep breath in here. Exhale completely. And try to squeeze your inner thighs together. So stack your right hip over your left. And then pull your ribs back and lift them up. One more breath in. And then exhale your right hand down. And sweep your left foot under as you pivot your right heel up. Back to a downward facing dog. Move to the other side, lift your heels, little bend in your knees and gaze forward. Exhale your heels to the right. And then zip your center line up to reach your left hand up. Land strongly with strong flexed feet, spread toes. Put a little bit more energy into your left foot so you can release your right knee up to your chest. Kick your right foot forward of you. Place your pinky edge down. Stack your left hip over your right as best as you can so your inner thighs are reaching together, and you'll feel more in that bottom side as you push down through your right hand. Take another breath in here. Exhale your left hand down. Pivot your left heel up and step your right foot back to a downward facing dog. Whew. Inhale forward to your plank, ripple your spine, head comes last. Exhale, chaturanga. Maybe come to an upward facing dog this time. Inhale, lift your heart. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good, this time bring your big toes together. Big toes touching. Spread your toes nicely. And then lift your heels, gaze forward. Shift your heels to the left, and this time with your big toes still touching, you'll land just on the pinky side of your left foot. Spread your toes, zip up through your midline, reach your right arm up. Full side plank, Vashisthasana. Spread out through your fingers and your toes, pull your ribs in, pull your center line in, and then reach that energy out through your soles of your feet, through the palm of the ground. Exhale your right hand back down and pivot back to a down dog. Move to the other side, lift your heels, shift your weight forward, and then reach your heels to the right to come onto the pinky side of your right foot. Lean into your right hand and then zip up, pull up through the center line, reach your left hand up. Spread through your toes, push out through your heels, through the balls of your feet, and then exhale your left hand back down. Downward facing dog. Inhale forward to your plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. Inhale to reach your right leg up. And then as you exhale, pivot your weight forward and bring your right knee to your right elbow. Inhale, reach your right leg up. Exhale, round your upper back, right knee, right elbow. One more inhale to reach up and back, and this time step your right foot to your right pinky, so you're outside the right hand. And now with your right hand, grab your big toe and pivot your foot to the right. Lift your left heel up, and then reach it over onto the pinky side of your left foot. Spread your toes of your left foot. Push out through the heel and the ball of your left foot, so that your foot is really strongly dorsiflexed with energized toes. And then reach your right hand up. Stack your right shoulder over your left, stack your right hip over your left, pull your ribs in and back, reach up. Good. One more breath in here. And then exhale your right hand back down, pivot onto your left toes, and step back to a downward facing dog. Reach your left heel up and back. Pull your spine forward and exhale your left knee to your left shoulder, rib, elbow, whatever you can reach. Inhale, reach your left heel up and back. Exhale, round your upper back, knee to elbow. Inhale, up and back one more time. This time step your left foot to your left pinky. Use your left thumb, pivot your left toes to the left, 90 degrees. Lift up through the ball, to the ball of your right foot, and then reach over onto the pinky side of your right foot. Spread your toes, push out through your heel and the ball of your foot, and then inhale your left hand up. Stack your shoulders, stack your hips, pull your ribs in. Take another breath in here, nice and strong. And then exhale your left hand back down, step back to a downward facing dog. Inhale forward to plank. Exhale chaturanga. Inhale cobra or upward facing. Exhale downward facing. Going back to that same variation but with one more addition. Inhale your right leg up. Come to the ball of your left foot. Exhale your knee to your elbow. Shift your weight forward, round your back. Inhale, reach up through your right heel, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to tricep. One more inhale. Reach your right leg up, three-legged dog. Step your right foot to your right pinky. Pivot your toes to the right. Come onto the pinky side of your right foot. Inhale your right hand up. Good. This time as you exhale, grab a hold of the big toe of your right foot. Spread out through the ball and heel of your left foot. Push down with the pinky side of your left foot. And then inhale to reach your right leg up, up, up. Maybe just a half happy baby. Maybe extend the leg if you've got that space in your hamstrings. Zip up through your midline. Take one more breath in. And then exhale to release back to a downward facing dog. Whew. Moving to the other side. Reach your left heel up, three-legged dog, inhale. Exhale, knee to tricep. Shift your weight forward, cat back. Inhale, three-legged dog, push your heel up. Exhale, knee to tricep. One more inhale, up and back. Step to the left side of your mat, exhale. Pivot your toes to the left, shift your weight to your right hand. Spread out your toes, push out through the ball and heel of your right foot, and inhale your left hand up. Good. Whew. Exhale. Grab a hold of your left big toe, lean into your right hand, squeeze out through your right leg more, and then start to reach your left leg up, half happy baby, or extend the leg up. Whoa. Take another breath in here, and then slowly release your left side downward facing dog. Inhale, forward to a plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or upward facing. Exhale, child's pose. Roll yourself up to seated. Sweep your legs out in front of you. Lean into your hands and just wash your knees side to side. Come back through center, reach your arms forward, and grab your elbows, hug your shins, belly on your thighs, and just let your head dangle down. And slowly start to walk your bum and feet away from each other, keeping your belly on your thighs. Keep your elbows grabbed. Reach your arms forward. Grab your ankles from underneath your legs. And then start to straighten your legs to press the backs of your calves against the sensitive side of your forearms. So like your elbow pits and your knee pits are pressing against each other. And just start to straighten as much as you can. Let your head be heavy. Then keep your knees bent, keep your toes pulling up towards your knees, and then place your wrists on the tops of your toes and bring your hands down to hold your feet. Then push your toes against your wrists. So we've done, some people do this stood up, but I'm just doing it on my bum because it feels nice to not have anything on my feet, not have the weight on my hands, but still be able to get that little wrist massage. Maybe you can straighten your legs a little more and push like you're pedaling your hands. And then fold forward. Roll yourself all the way up to seated. Place your hands back behind you. Lie down onto your backs. Place your feet down on the ground with your knees bent. And take an inhale, just slowly lift your hips up. And as you exhale, just very gently replace your spine onto the ground, vertebrae by vertebrae. And let your knees rest against each other. Hand on your heart, one hand on your belly. Take a few breaths, let yourself calm down, quiet down. There's a lot of energy, a lot of fast moving, strong moving. You're welcome to come into a Shavasana now, lengthen out your legs, or just come up to a seat and have a moment of a seated meditation. And just take a few breaths, just let yourself be aware of the strength within you, the energy that buzzes within you, and know that that energy and that strength can shine itself outward just by having that positive energy and having that awareness of yourself. And that appreciation for yourself, and that's the big one, is being able to appreciate yourself gives you a better opportunity to appreciate the positivity and the energy and the strength everywhere else. Thank you all for your time. Hope you enjoyed that. If you did, please like it. Have a great day.